Well, great to see everyone again. I thought a very, very productive start to the work week, and everything is about every individual taking accountability to improving their individual fundamental skills. We're looking to add depth, obviously offensively and defensively, but also improve our special teams, and it's an opportunity for some more of these freshmen and younger players to kind of assert themselves on this football team. So a lot of things that we need to get corrected and to improve on with this open week, or this work week, which we call it, and I thought it was a great start to the week. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Are you looking at making a change at kick returner right now, looking at some other options?
No. Devin Young is our kick returner.
To get Travaris back out there today running around, I mean, I know it's early, haven't seen one bit of film, but how big is it for this defense to get him back out there?
Well, it is early, and we don't know if he'll be game ready yet, but just to have him out there, and he's worked exceptionally hard to get himself back on the football field. He's been extremely determined. Jason and the entire training staff has done a great job as well, so it was just great to see him in full pads being out there today for individual drills.
I guess the same thing maybe with Wolf and Hendricks and Scott and some other guys that have been nicked up.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good day in terms of getting a bunch of guys.
It was. You know, Ethan Wolf will be fine for the Georgia game to get Darrell Scott finally back out in the grass and participating in practice. Was very good. Now we got to shake the rust off a little bit, but it was good to get some of these guys back very healthy.
What do you guys know about Josh Smith at this point?
Yeah, Josh isn't going to participate in practice this week, and then we'll reassess how he goes throughout the course of next week. It's day by day, so there isn't a time frame on it. He could be ready for Georgia, but we'll wait and see. But we're going to keep him off his ankle this week. Really do extensive rehabilitation, and we'll see the body reacts differently on each individual.
Do you guys know what it is? Sprain?
It's a high ankle sprain. Yeah.
But the depth at that position, obviously, with Vaughn still going through the rehab process and all that. How I guess it's good to have some depth, but maybe
it's a game of football, and injuries are a part of it. And you work exceptionally hard to build depth at all your positions, and you look at receiver and now obviously with Von Pearson and Josh Smith, but there's others around them that are very, very capable, and they're going to continue to get their opportunities. And so we'll see where it goes, but I'm optimistic, that we're going to have both individuals back here hopefully very shortly.
Coach, going back to building depth, what have you seen from Jakob Johnson, and how far is he from being able to play more on the defense?
Jakob's one of those individuals who are really trying to push the learning curve. And, it all starts, first of all, with special teams. And he's developing each and every day. He's learning the nuances of playing linebacker and the speed of the game. He is very, very talented, but we knew when we recruited him there'd be a growth and a maturation process from just the overall football intelligence standpoint, but he's working himself into having a role on his football team this year.
And he's played in the middle right now?
Yeah, he's at Mike.
Which we need to talk about how these are going to be your 5 offensive line and we're going to go. What made you decide to kind of give that confidence?
I just think consistency, and I think we're always going to compete now. If an individual isn't executing and doing their job, it's all about competition. But I just think it's important moving forward that they know, hey, here it is. Let's build some consistency. Let's build some continuity, and let's work to get better. But all the other individuals too, I want them competing each and every day, and they're one snap away. And if one person isn't performing up to the standard or expectation, then we'll look maybe to put somebody in there. But I just think it's important for the overall growth of that position, just that those 5 know that, hey, we need to work together.
How timely is this open day, not only in terms of getting people healthy, but also evaluating where you've done so far and where you're headed?
Well, I think it's coming at the right time. We need it. We've played 3 bowl championship football teams right off the bat. And so to be able to go back and kind of quality control, reassess everything, where we're at schematically, where we're at in terms of fundamentals and overall growth as a football team, our toughness, our endurance, our work capacity, our work volume. So it's been great, and also be able to recruit a little bit as well. We're coming down to some final stages with some prospective student athletes. So I think the timing is right, but everything is what you do at this time. This time is extremely valuable, and I chuckle because everyone's like, oh, you got the week off. This is a work week. and we must have a sense of urgency to improve individually and collectively as a football team, because we all know what lies down the road and what's in store for us coming up.
Butch, without oversimplifying it, what are you guys doing so well on third down to get off the field? I think you're down 20% from a year ago, and maybe that was Oklahoma's worst third down showing at home in 5 years.
Well, we spend an inordinate amount of time on third down, and those are the critical downs. That's situational football. And, you know, the third down for what, the way our fans have taken to it, we practice that way, and our players understand it's all about winning situational football, and third down is a very big part of it. One of the things we're really stressing with this young football team is understanding the value of field position. Field position is critical. We lost the field position battle at Oklahoma, and I thought that was a direct correlation to the outcome of the game. And so it's being able to win field position. It's getting off the field on third down. It's possessing the ball on third down on offense, but just the overall awareness of situational football. But we spend a lot of time on third down. I think also the addition of some valuable players on third down defense with Chris Weathered. He adds another dynamic. Derek Barnett, and being able to do some different things schematically has also helped us in third down situations.
When you go back and look at that film in the second half specifically, just what changed that you guys were able to move the ball, 123 yards rushing?
Right. We executed. You know, and that's the big thing, is consistency and performance. We ran the same plays, we just executed. And again, it's all 11 doing their job, and it's each individual taking responsibility to win that one-on-one matchup. And we were able to do that. I thought Jalen made some good plays. He made an individual miss in space. We made some plays on the perimeter, but it really comes down to execution.
You mentioned Jalen, just overall, how's he done his first 3 games, just on the field, and just in terms of doing?
I've been very pleased with him, and you know, he'll continue to get better and better and better. And when we came to work and had our team meeting on Monday, you know, everything is about the power of why. Why did this happen? You know, why did we come up short in the outcome? You know, so we have a video, we show them, we talk about the power of why. But to kind of put things in perspective is Ja'Shawn Robertson was entering the 10th grade when the individual he played against Saturday night was entering college football. And I think, you know, there's times I looked out there and the whole right side of our offense was true freshmen. Ja'Shawn, Coleman Thomas, Daniel Helm, Josh Malone, and Jalen Hurd. And it is what it is, and we have to be careful that we don't put so much stress and expectations on these 17 and 18-year-olds, and they're still freshmen. They're still learning, you know, how to manage a full academic workload, how to be a student athlete, how to manage the clutter and distractions and expectations. And so having this bye week, this work week, is critical for them also to get back caught up academically. You know, all those things that go into it.
Given all those young guys on the offense, how much did it help that Justin took him into a hostile environment, right, got beat up quite a bit, but just kept getting up and kept going after him?
I thought it was a gritty performance by Justin. Now, you know, there's some things we need to improve. He understands that, but I think the resiliency that he showed, the resolve that he showed was great to see. He stood in the pocket, he made some plays in the scramble drill, and he didn't blink. And our players rallied around him, he rallied our players, and no one on this football team blinked. And that was the great thing. We competed from the end to the start. We talk about competitive greatness and competitive character, and usually after a game, I go in the locker room, they gather the football team up, I collect my thoughts on what I'm going to say, and then I go address the football team. I didn't do that this week. I stood in the locker room and I waited for every individual to walk in off that field and bring them up, because I wanted to see the look in their eyes. I wanted to see if there was pain. I wanted to see if they hurt. And this football team hurt. And that's a direct correlation to their investment. And then, you know, half of our football team on Monday is looking at us as coaches. Half of our football team lost for the first time at the University of Tennessee. They're looking at us to see how we handle the situation. You know, what are we like as coaches? And so again, everything is a learning experience. Now, you know, half our football team is learning how you approach a work week, How do you approach a bye week? So again, every week is a new learning experience. Every day is a new learning experience. And that's going to be that way from the time we started to the end of the season.
What you referenced losing the field position battle at Oklahoma. In that regard, what have you seen out of Dar this week on the practice field? Is he punting consistently in practice and then it's not translating to the game?
Well, Matt and I had a long talk, and to his credit, he came and saw me yesterday morning, and he's very prideful. He takes pride in his performance, and obviously he was disappointed, but he's worked exceptionally hard, and you see it in practice. And like I told him, you just need to relax. Take the practice field to the game field, and he can do it. He's very capable. We believe in him, but again, it's part of that consistency in performance, and it's part of that field position. And he understands, and he's working really hard to get his technique corrected.
With all the different things, I guess, with Mike Williams being a track guy and a walk-on and missing spring practice and being dinged up, the past couple years a couple times, how much is it? I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but how good is it the way he's out there kind of competing and performing for y'all right now? It looks like he belongs out there.
It's great to see that. And Michael Williams has come a long way, and we knew he had ability. And you're exactly right. All the obstacles that he's had to overcome, all the missed practice time that he's had to endure, with a lot of it injuries. And to be doing what he's doing is remarkable. He needs to continue to, gain added strength in the weight room, continue to put weight on. He's very cognizant of that. But he's been a great surprise for us and a very needed surprise for our secondary.
I know a lot of that's probably physical ability, but in terms of just the way that he competes out there, he's always kind of, running around. He's always, running his mouth.
Brings energy.
Is that how important is that to kind of who he is as a player?
Well, it's very important. He brings another level of energy to our entire defense and to our football team. And so it's been great to see him. We're going to need more of it. And again, he's an individual who's going to benefit greatly from this work week of improving his skill set and his overall fundamentals.
You mentioned Daniel Helm a little bit earlier. How did you see him kind of, grow up within the game?
Right.
And I guess that something he was hurt today. Is that going to be an issue going forward?
Another ankle sprain. We fully anticipate him being available for the Georgia game. But I thought he continued to improve throughout the course of the game, and those reps were invaluable for him. So that was a great experience for him. I thought he handled the situation very well, and Daniel's a very competitive young man, prides himself in his performance, so it was great to see that. Obviously, we're going to need more of him. Him sitting out the first couple practices his bye week is unfortunate because he's one of those individuals who needs every single repetition that he can gain, but I was very pleased with his performance.
But you expect both Wolf and Helm?
I do. Yep. And we'll see where that leads, but I do expect it.